What's up, Noah?
We got Anthony Edwards going crazy yesterday.
Oh man, we gotta talk about these Timberwolves, man. They're putting these Nuggets to shame,
Dude,
bro.
Jamal Murray, dude. That guy needs to be suspended, man. Come on.
Hey, Nikola was getting a little dirty too. Joker, man.
Doing all this crap without Rudy Gobert? Come on, man.
Did you see
defensive player?
Did
You know
Gilbert
what?
Arenas?
This, you know how we have the. I'll talk about this a little bit more in the show.
Did you see Gilbert Arenas' comments?
Yeah, I have it on my.
What an ass, bro.
We'll do that one too. I like how you and I, in this minute and a half that we have here, are producing the show.
Yeah.
We're producing big time content right now.
On the fly. You've seen it in the works now. Oh, and then we have something to talk about too. We're gonna show what Wemby put up on his Insta. I got that pulled up too.
Dude, let's just go back and forth, baby. Go back and forth, yo.
You can share your screen. I can share my screen, man. Hey, and we got some stuff too that Tex-Mex Frank gave us. Little care package, man. When I opened it up, surprise, dude. We got some goodies to give away.
Nice.
You want to win these? We'll tell you how.
Dude, I posted on TikTok
Welcome to another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast with Mike Jimenez and Joe Garcia. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the discussion as we broadcast live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your hosts as it helps the show grow.
Let us bow our heads and pray and thank God that the Spurs have Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, man.
Oh my goodness. You know what? We always say that we have a lot to get into and that we're always going to have big shows, and we always do. Mike Jimenez here, Alamo City Sportscast. That's Joe Garcia producing today's show. We are so proud as Spurs fans to have Victor Wembanyama on this team. And I know it took tanking and all of that stuff to make it happen, but yesterday was a very good day for us Spurs fans, and then today is a great day to be a Spurs fan because not only did Wemby win Rookie of the Year, it was unanimous. All 99 first-place votes went to Wemby, and we need to honor this guy. And we're going to talk a lot about Wemby in the show. We're going to break down the Fanatics video, which was amazing, about how they informed him that he was Rookie of the Year. Hear from Wemby as well as to his thoughts about being Rookie of the Year. Lots to get into when it comes to that. The NBA playoffs continue tonight. But, man, we got to talk about last night. The refs screwed over the Pacers. And on the other game, the refs were calm and collected, even though Coach Malone and Jamal Murray were losing their minds over there. That Minnesota team, dude, that team might win the finals, man. And they did it yesterday without Rudy Gobert. By the way, I oftentimes go back and forth with Matt Lerma, who's probably on this stream right now because, again, our YouTube chat line is open right now. Dude, yesterday proved that Rudy Gobert is not Defensive Player of the Year. It proved he wasn't even needed out there.
Yeah, dude.
They played better defensively without him.
They were locking down these freaking Nuggets, dude. They didn't know what to do. But the problem with the Nuggets, though, they don't have a deep bench, man. If their starting five isn't on, they're flat, dude. They just came out flat. They couldn't match the Timberwolves' energy. And the Timberwolves, as good as they are, their bench is even better, dude, because when their starters sit down, the bench came in and they still laid waste to them, dude.
Yeah.
The Nuggets had no answer. They didn't know what to do. And even if they tweak something in the starting five, it won't matter.
There's nothing that they can do.
It won't matter.
I haven't seen anything like this. You have Reggie Miller and the other commentators yesterday talking about the fact that it's felt like there were 7 Timberwolves on the court at one time. And how do you double team Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic on the same play and get away with it? It's like they have just this mental ability to know where they're supposed to be going.
Dude, did you see what they did to him too? On the perimeter from beyond the arc? Dude, they were just swarming that three-point line.
Swarming the line, dude.
They couldn't get a clean shot.
Can't even start the play.
No.
Can't even start the play. This is a great storyline because a suffocating defense is so great. And it kind of, made me sad in a way because I realized how far the Spurs are from this team. And it also made me sad seeing that it's a former Spur out there, Kyle Anderson, going out there, inserted in the starting lineup.
Him and his big old 5 head.
Dude, when Rudy Gobert, who's going to be named Defensive Player of the Year tonight more than likely, when he can be easily replaced by Kyle Anderson and the team do better defensively, come on, man. Come on. So this is going to be the apology tour that I'm going to give for Matt Lerma, one of our faithful. By the way, he had a great a Twitter space yesterday talking about that and talking about Rob Dillingham, apparently saying that he wants to come to the Spurs. You know, he's trying to telegraph it, like, Spurs, pick me. Everybody else, go away, pick me.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that.
I wanted to talk about the disparity you just said. You know, you look at the Spurs and where they're at currently right now, as the way that the team is currently, let's say, constructed.
Mm-hmm.
The disparity between where they're at, going all the way up to play-in teams, and then from the play-in teams to the teams that are really going to contend for that title and push into the Western Conference Finals. There's a big gap there as far as talent goes and just the actual team dynamic itself. The Spurs still have a lot of, room to grow, but at least they have some good pieces to start with, and one Victor Wembanyama. It's just the supporting cast needs much to be desired,
It is. It's beyond all that. I think what I like about Minnesota is that they have an identity.
They do have an identity.
Their identity is we are a defense-first team, but then they also not only have good defenders, they have people who could put the ball.
They had the Ant-Man. He's playing nasty, dude.
We'll get into some pop culture. The Met Gala was last night, and last night we saw lots of different people out there getting dressed up to the nines, if you will.
Those outfits are wild, dude.
Sydney Sweeney's a brunette.
Hey, I'm not mad at it.
We'll show some pics of that. Does it change our thoughts when it came to it? There's a supermodel. We talk about the fact that that John Mayer and Derek Jeter have that great hit list there of all the girls that they've ever dated. Then you find out that there's this supermodel, and we're going to revisit her. We're going to visit her today, who went from Cristiano Ronaldo for 5 years, had a kid with Bradley Cooper,
jeez, man,
and is now with Tom Brady. Dude, she's the female Derek Jeter.
But how do these guys always just pick up spares, man? It's like you're picking up somebody else's used garbage, man. Come on.
Dude, they're supermodels, man. They look hot.
Doesn't matter, dude. I'd be like, nah, I'm good.
I
want something that's less passed around.
My celebrity crush is coming to Texas.
Who, Dua Lipa?
She's coming to town. Not San Antonio. She'll be 70 miles away.
She's like, no, man, I don't want to get that poodle.
Excited. I'm excited for today's show, dude. I just burped up some Chick-fil-A right there, man. That's goodness, dude. Goodness. Today's been a weird day, man, because I've been so busy with work and all my business trips and all the little mini vacations I've been having with my family. I realized that my truck inspection sticker expired in February. So I woke up this morning to get that done, and I stood in that long-ass line. There's nothing worse than being in that long-ass line to get your inspection sticker, because it looks like, oh, well, there's just two cars in front of you, right? Just two cars. But it takes still 45 minutes to get there, and then you have to sit there and wait to get to pay it all. Brutal.
Man, you're going to the wrong place, dude. I just go to this one little place that's over here off of Marbach and Military. Yeah. That's my guy right there, dude. I pull up, boom, done.
Yeah, there's some guys out there who treat it like it's a NASA launch where they have to go through everything. And then you have some inspection places where it's just like, does it turn on? Okay.
That's my guy. He pulls it up in the bay. It turns on. He slams on the brakes a couple of times, pulls it in the bay, turns on the lights, turns on the wipers. You're good to go, bro. Here you go.
We're live on YouTube right now. Again, our YouTube stream is up right now. If you want to leave a comment or two, it helps guide the show. But man, last night it was official. Victor Wembanyama was named the Rookie of the Year. Now, I don't know why they gave Shaquille O'Neal the envelope to open it up to name him, to say, oh, like it was almost as though Shaq didn't know that Wemby was Rookie of the Year.
Oh,
but then we saw that he filmed a video congratulating Victor Wembanyama. So he went through the theatrics and all that stuff. It was brutal. But Wemby was the unanimous Rookie of the Year after leading the Spurs to a 22-60 record, but being all world out there, somebody who averaged more than 21 points per game, double-digit rebounds, leading the league in blocks and in stocks. Going to be a first-team all-defensive team member this year. Probably won't win it tonight when it comes to DPOY, but it's exciting to see something there. It's exciting to see what Wemby is doing. And, I give a lot of crap to the Spurs front office and to Pop. I don't want Pop as a coach anymore.
Oh, man.
And, I think that the front office is kind of just kicking the can down the road. But we can all agree that Wemby is somebody special.
That he is.
And we had this argument yesterday, this debate as to whether or not Wemby was going to be tier 1 by himself or be a tier 1 with a couple of other people like Ant and Luka Doncic or whoever the case may be, like the passing of the torch. And that's exciting that we have one of those guys. And
we do.
How excited were you, Joe? I mean, we knew that Wemby was going to win Rookie of the Year. But when it came down to it being unanimous, joining the likes of Ralph Sampson, joining the likes of David Robinson. I mean, Tim Duncan wasn't even unanimous. Keith Van Horn had a couple of votes, first place votes, back in the late 90s. But we were worried at some point that it was going to be a battle between him and Chet. Yeah. And January 1, Chet was winning, right? But just like the Kentucky Derby, down the stretch he comes. The big month of February, March, and April, where Wemby played not only like the best rookie in the league, he played like a top 10 player in the league as a 20-year-old man.
Hey, when he made Chet call him daddy, dude, when he got that block,
yeah,
that's all she wrote.
That is my Rookie of the Year award.
Yeah, he just stole.
That is my trophy.
He snatched it from him right then.
Stole his soul.
Yeah,
on that play. But Wemby going out there, and do we have that Fanatics video?
Yeah, we do. But you know what? Wemby being named Rookie of the Year deserves a grito, dude.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it. I'll allow it because this guy doing the grito survived the shooting at Market Square.
He did.
We can stop it now. Thank you.
I know how much you hate it, so I let it go.
But if you want to show your screen or my screen, I found this to be very, very cool. Fanatics released a video yesterday, and it was showing how they actually showed Wemby winning Rookie of the Year, how they informed him, and they showed him go into this display where it honors all the past Rookie of the Years of the past 25 years or so. So you see, Allen Iverson and Jason Kidd and Durant and Shaq and all of these different players. And he's going in there thinking to himself, well, I know I won. It's not like Wemby went into yesterday's ceremony thinking to himself, I have no chance, or I hope to win this. You knew he was going to win it, right? But this video, for those of you who haven't seen it, shows these portraits, if you will, come into life. And you want to play the audio on this?
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's see if I can get the audio, because I have the video here.
Okay.
Let me share my screen.
Let's go ahead and fast forward to the. So it's Shaq and Iverson coming out and saying hi. And David Robinson pops up. Here he comes.
You've represented France, everybody.
Even before you get into the league, I got a chance to see the type of work that you put in.
I think we're having a problem with the audio.
I got it. Keep encouraging the teammates. The results will come.
Stay hungry, man. The great ones, they stay hungry and they want more. They're never satisfied.
Continue to work on your craft and be greater than you already are.
We're looking forward to seeing what you're doing in the next 15 years, man. Keep balling, the future's so bright.
I know, without a doubt, you're going to have an unbelievable career. But I wish you let me get one of my middies off sooner or later over you, man.
You will, when it's all said and done, be one of the greatest big men ever.
Yo, what's up, Wemby? Just want to say congratulations to you, man. Happy to have you part of this beautiful league, man. Keep doing you. Keep getting better. Want to say congratulations to you, man. Rookie of the Year.
Welcome to that Rookie of the Year club.
I'm proud of you. You deserve every bit of it.
Great job. I couldn't be more proud of you, man.
Well deserved. And this is just the beginning. Love, bro.
LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal, Grant Hill, CP3, Kevin Durant, Tracy McGrady. Legends out there. Jason Kidd, David Robinson. Welcoming Victor Wembanyama to the fraternity that is Rookie of the Year. Again, Wemby getting all 99 first-place votes yesterday. The 6th player in NBA history with a unanimous Rookie of the Year talent. It was so great to see. And you see the emotion that Wemby goes through out there.
Yeah.
Because he's played against a lot of these players already, right? But he didn't play against Iverson. He didn't play against T-Mac. Or he didn't play against Shaq. So it's kind of a compilation of things. Some that he's seen on the court, he's played against LeBron, right? Others he's seen players that he grew up watching, and others that are coaching against him, like in Jason Kidd's instance there. But, you know, they had to make this video. This video was not compiled over the course of 2 hours, right? This was days or weeks in the making.
Yeah, it was,
when it comes to it. Fanatics did a fantastic job of putting that together.
That's a high-dollar production right there for him. And you can tell he's getting emotional. He's trying to fight back those tears, but he was overwhelmed by like, oh, this is pretty cool, you know, looking at past Rookies of the Year. But when he saw David pop in, I was like, oh, this isn't AI. This is real. You know? They recorded messages for me. You could tell it touched him.
And when they went to Wemby for the interview,
he
was at the Rock at La Cantera. Wish I had known. I would have gone. No, but he was out there, and he was talking about how happy he was with the season as far as how he's progressing as a player. Yeah, he talked about how he got better.
You can see that here. The kind of Spurs kind of shared something there.
Yeah. Do we have the sound for this?
Yeah. If you want
this
to
is
play
this
it.
is Wemby's response to winning Rookie of the Year. This is according to San Antonio Spurs. It's on their Instagram page. But let's go ahead and play what Wemby had to say.
Spurs fans, I just heard the results for Rookie of the Year, so wanted to thank you guys again for this incredible season and the support throughout the whole year. It's it was incredible to be able to live this, and I promise we're gonna be better. We're gonna work to win as soon as possible and give back the love. Bye-bye.
There you go, Victor Wembanyama. Again, the 6th player in NBA history to be unanimous as Rookie of the Year, joining Ralph Sampson back in 1984, David Robinson in 1990, Blake Griffin in 2011, Damian Lillard in 2013, and Karl Anthony Towns in 2016. So it's almost been a decade since that happened. But Wemby delivered. And think about what it was like before this season started. Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN proclaimed Wemby to be the greatest prospect, not only in NBA history. People were saying since LeBron 20 some odd years ago. Woj was saying best prospect in sports history, talking about baseball, hockey, talking about football. I mean, we're talking about like the Wayne Gretzky's of the world and all that, and saying that he's the greatest in team sports history when it comes to being a prospect. And that's why the Spurs tanked. Okay. That is why the Spurs tanked, for the 14% chance of getting him, and it worked out. Okay. We could have easily have gotten Amen Thompson or Oscar Thompson, could have easily have gotten Scoot Henderson or Brandon Miller, but the basketball gods were on the Spurs that day, shining bright on the Spurs. Ping pong balls went the Spurs' way. 14% chance manifested itself, and we see Victor Wembanyama come to the Spurs and not only win Rookie of the Year, but live up to the hype.
Yeah.
Because think about it. He had just played this whole season in France. They went to the playoffs over there, comes to the United States, plays in the Las Vegas Review, has that whole incident with Britney Spears, for crying out loud, and then balls out the second time. And people were like, I mean, the guy's tall, but he's overrated. And you hear all of this talk about him being overrated. And then you hear November, December come around, Chet Holmgren playing better than Wemby the first 2 months. He did. Okay, Chet was more prepared for the start of the season than Wemby was. Wemby, I thought, was exhausted from the whirlwind of what his life was in the playoffs in France.
Yeah, and truthfully, he was going against the grain. He didn't want to play his true position, you know, and they were kind of experimenting with that.
And they were experimenting. Yeah. Pop was experimenting with Sohan at point guard. They were not running plays for him.
They didn't even know how to get him the damn ball.
They still don't.
He's the tallest guy on the court.
They still don't. Chet Holmgren came in as the runner-up when it comes to it all. Brandon Miller was third place. in the voting, but far, far behind.
Who the hell voted for Brandon Miller, dude?
Brandon Miller had a good season.
Second place votes. One vote went to Brandon Miller. I'm like, come on, man.
What's wrong with Brandon Miller?
I'm just saying, to me, it's comical, dude. 98 of the votes for the second place votes, they went to Chet. One went to Brandon.
I think Brandon Miller scored more points per game than Chet.
The lone guy out there voted for Brandon.
Yes.
That would have been you.
That would have
vote
been
for Brandon.
Well, Spurs fans were there talking about, well, if you don't vote for Wemby for Rookie of the Year, you should have your vote taken away from you. Well, you should. You should, because this was an obvious selection. There's no argument against Wemby.
Rookie of the Year, it doesn't matter what your record is. It's how well you played in your first season,
It's difficult. I want to say that.
Let's be honest, because all rookies don't always go to teams that they have winning records,
Right. Well, but see, the thing is that you can make the argument against that, because isn't that what Tim Duncan went to? Tim Duncan went to a 50-win team that also
David Robinson, man.
That had David Robinson, Sean Elliott, and a lot of veteran players.
So they Spurs fans, they didn't tank that year. Come on,
yeah, we did.
Man.
We did. Robinson was ready to come off the DL, the disabled list, if you will, back in February. And they sat his ass down.
No, you stay there.
Sean Elliott, you go sit on the bench. We're sitting you the rest of the year too.
Exactly,
so both times the Spurs tanked, we got generational talent. But when you look at Wemby's future, what I need Spurs fans to understand is that we need to be prepared for the fact that there's a better chance than not that the Spurs are going to do nothing this offseason. The Spurs appear to be playing the long game. And it's interesting when you talk about some of the free agents that the Spurs could go get, or who have had an opportunity to go get. Whether it be Trae Young right now, DeJounte Murray, whether it be any of those guys, I think the Spurs are probably going to be hesitant to give up a lot of draft capital that they've raked in.
Yeah.
Right now, the Spurs have their draft pick this year, which could range anywhere between number 1 all the way to number 8 or 9. And then you have Toronto's pick, which is top 6 protected. The Spurs have a 54% chance of getting it this year and a 46% chance of not getting it this year.
Yeah, I'm just showing some highlights from Victor Wembanyama's rookie year.
You go to next year, the Spurs have their own pick, Atlanta's unprotected pick, Chicago's top 10 protected pick, Charlotte's top 14 protected pick. So the Spurs have a lot of draft capital. You go beyond that, the Spurs have a swap with Atlanta in 2026, have their first rounder in 2027. We have a swap with Boston, I believe, in 28. We have more picks coming down the road. And the question is, do you want to bundle all of these up to get a star along with Wemby?
You need somebody else to pair with Wemby. You don't have that Robin and Batman duo yet.
Yes.
You have a Batman, but you need that Robin.
The only free agent that I see this upcoming offseason that I would throw a bag at is Pascal Siakam. It is a very, very weak class. And that's why I think that the Spurs right now are probably going to stand pat. And I hate to say this because I am so tired of these losing seasons. It's been 5 in a row. And think about it. By the end of next season, we'll be halfway through Wemby's rookie contract, right?
Yeah, but these seasons that have occurred, Mike, they've happened because of the Kawhi debacle, right? And then you're getting what you can at some point, right?
I'm not going to give Brian Wright and Pop love,
no,
because they lucked 14% chance into Victor Wembanyama.
No, I'm not giving them love. I'm not giving them love for that. I'm saying the reason that we're here is because of the Kawhi debacle. Right. You know, wanting out, Spurs, all right, they fumbled the bag. We're going to try to get something for what we can for him, because at the time it was a big gamble, health in question. How we got here is because the Spurs didn't really do much in case that first option didn't pan out. You know, you always have to prepare and plan for the future. And while we're betting everything on Kawhi, that's actually what sunk the ship, because, okay, you have Kawhi, but who else did you have? LaMarcus was wanting to go. We had already heard that. He went and made it known he wasn't happy. He told Coach Pop that.
He didn't gel well with Kawhi.
He had already asked Pop, I want to go. I want to be traded. I mean, he just wasn't happy here. At that point, the Spurs, they had a fork in the road, and they chose, you know what? We're going to put all our chips in Kawhi. That didn't pan out for them. And my thing is that they didn't do enough for the future. That's why they're here now, and they're in this rebuild ahead of schedule because they didn't plan properly.
Right.
That has nothing to do with, Brian Wright at this point because he wasn't here before that time. Now it is his job, and he needs to do something because you got that generational talent in Wemby.
And all those draft picks that the Spurs have, which a lot of them were created by Brian Wright or orchestrated by Brian Wright.
Yeah.
Some of them have worked, some of them have not. We look at the Atlanta trade and knowing that Atlanta might be circling the drain right now, and we have their unprotected pick next year, a swap with them the year after that, and then their unprotected pick the year after that. That's amazing. But then the other trades that happened, like the Spurs getting rid of Derek White for what amounted to be Blake Wesley, right, did not work out. Now, Wesley might be a decent player down the road, but he'll never be what Derek White is now. So some of it has worked, some of it's not. But, man, that is job security for Brian Wright because Brian Wright can say, but wait, I still have to make all my picks. And it's like, don't judge me now. Judge me on what it looks like in 2029, 2030. And all this talk about how Wemby says the right things because, again, Wemby is saying the right things because it's the right thing to say, okay? But if there's ever any rumblings, we'll hear it from Brian Windhorst at some point, right? Yeah. But I'm looking right now at the top 25 first free agents.
Yeah, I was going to say, look at the question that's being asked right now by one of the viewers. He says, Victor Wembanyama, watching this on YouTube, he says, if Toronto pick conveys this year, what two prospects are you picking right now if the draft was tonight, Mike?
If the draft was right now, I want either Rob Dillingham or Reed Shepherd. I want one of the two, okay? If the Toronto pick conveys, I want one of those two guys there. We need somebody who can score. Okay, Dillingham, 6'1", kind of a combo guard type of player. I wouldn't call him a point guard, but he's not necessarily a shooting guard. The guy is just a pinball who goes and gets the ball in the bucket.
Yeah.
Okay. Reed Shepherd is JJ Redick. Okay. Reed Shepherd shot over 50% from three last season. Reed Shepherd plays tough defense. If he was only a little bit taller, he'd be amazing. But the guy can shoot buckets and makes and knock him down. Dude.
You need a bucket getter, dude. How many bucket getters do you got on this team right now?
We don't have any. So we have two picks, and let's say the Toronto pick conveys. If you give me Dillingham and you give me Reed Shepherd, give me one of the two, perfectly fine. When it comes to the other picks, because if you go to Tankathon, which is one of my favorite websites, I live on that site. You can look at that and make an argument for a lot of these players. You can make an argument for Zachary Reese-Archet, who a lot of people consider to be, if there's ever a consensus number one overall pick, a small forward there. Alexander Sarr, Nikola Topic, Stephon Castle. Okay, I tell you what. If you give me Reed Shepherd, Stephon Castle, or Rob Dillingham, one of the three, okay, either a lockdown guard who's 6'6", either a shooting SOB that is a three-point shooting SOB that is Reed Shepherd, or you give me the future Kemba Walker with Rob Dillingham. Give me one of those guys. And then you pair that up with, on the top of the draft, a Reese-Archet, a Nikola Topic, or an Alexander Sarr. I'd be a happy Spurs fan.
Yeah. If you do something like that, which one of these Spurs player currently on the roster is going to get in their feelings?
Keldon Johnson.
That's what I'm saying, because if you see the team making some moves for the future and then you get two high picks, you already know that your job is in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to get in their feelings, man. That's all I'm saying.
We're going to find out whether or not there are certain players that want to come to San Antonio, like Wemby says. Wemby says is that people have been contacting him, right? Call it tampering if you want, but we're going to find that out. But if the Spurs are going to throw the bag at somebody, this might not be the season, because Tyrese Maxey, as much as I would love him, he ain't going to leave Philadelphia. Paul George, man, that guy is a head case half the time. He's all world when he wants to be, but he doesn't always want to be. LeBron James, another top free agent, player option for more than $50 million in LA. He's not going to leave Los Angeles for San Antonio. He never is, right? Pascal Siakam. Now there's a name right there. A front court of Pascal Siakam, Jeremy Sohan, and Victor Wembanyama. Tasty.
Hey, Pascal can be that second option? And if you have Devin as your third and Jeremy as your fourth, hey.
Right.
we might got something there, you know?
OG Anunoby, would he want to leave New York to go to San Antonio? New York playing very, very well right now? Probably not. James Harden? Hell no.
No.
DeMar DeRozan, I mean, nice story and all. If he's on the cheap, maybe. Tobias Harris, he's kind of old for what they're trying to do with the Spurs. I like him, though. Miles Bridges beats up people. I like Nick Claxton. I really like Nick Claxton. I see this guy, I think, Spur. Been saying this for the longest time. Nick Claxton should have been a Spur a long time ago. He just reeks silver and black.
You
and
just gotta throw that bag at him, dude. You gotta finagle him in here, Mike. You know, maybe show him around the town, get some thick Latinas, you know, that he can see while he's walking around. Entice him, maybe.
Matt Larimer reaches out to us on our YouTube stream, says they're paying Maxey role player money. If the Sixers don't add a star the offseason, Maxey could be on the move. But it's going to cost a lot of money, man, because Maxey's an all-star. He's a good player. Then you go to players like Quickly. That doesn't get me excited. D'Angelo Russell kind of does. A lot of Spurs fans don't like that name. I don't think they like the fact that he played for the Lakers. But if you just look at his stat line, and he's a 40% three-point shooter, we need shooters. So if D'Angelo Russell's a player that would want to come by, or Malik Monk or Bruce Brown, these are the types of players that I think the Spurs might go after potentially. If not, man, the Spurs are going to stand pat, win 30 games next year, and just say, "Hey, 2025 is a loaded draft. We're going to use all our capital then to do something at that point."
I like Tavares. I know said there was Jeremy plays point guard on that lineup, Joe, because I was saying Jeremy could be the fourth and Devin could be the third. You know what Coach Pop would probably do. He'd be like, you know what? We need a point guard in the mix. You know what? Jeremy, go sit on the bench. I'm going to go with my boy, Trey.
Well, remember how we talk about 2025 being a loaded NBA draft?
They need a point guard, dude.
We do. Trey Jones ain't it. But look at the 2025 free agents.
Okay.
You know, if we do the Brian Wright of we lack our team, we're gonna get 32 wins next season, still suck.
Yeah, I don't like looking at the clearance bin. What do we got? You know,
2025 when the Spurs have all that draft capital, right? Free agents include Jason Tatum, who's on a player option. Jalen Brunson is a free agent. Donovan Mitchell is a free agent.
The Spider.
Scotty Barnes is a restricted free agent. Lauri Markkanen is a free agent. Paul George is a free agent. Brandon Ingram. Alperen Sengun is a restricted free agent. Evan Mobley is a restricted free agent. LeBron James, if he opts in to this year, will be a unrestricted free agent at that point. Cade Cunningham is restricted. Jamal Murray, unrestricted. We need a point guard, right?
Hey, can you imagine him alongside Wemby?
Yep. Franz Wagner, restricted. Julius Randle has a player option. Rudy Gobert is a free agent. Kyrie Irving. Dude, when Kyrie Irving is the 16th best free agent ranked, dude, that's a hell of a Jimmy Butler.
Nah, bro.
Derek White.
Good.
OG Anunoby if he just opts in. Miles Turner, Aaron Gordon, Jonathan Kuminga, Fred VanVleet, Jalen Johnson, Drew Holiday. Look at the 2025 class of free agents. Do the Spurs really? Oh my God, I'm gonna talk myself into don't do crap this offseason.
Yeah, man. Just run it back again for another losing season. You know, they're gonna say we like the team we have. I ain't gonna be mad at it.
And just hope that
hold that money
and hope that Trae Young and DeJounte Murray blow out their ACL so we can get their number one overall pick.
Hey man, just still go in the clearance bin.
Just playing.
Your Spurs just go in the clearance bin this season. Save that money for the next season.
I know it's you know what this is like. This is like saying that you want to go on a European vacation, but you're going to do it in 3 years and you're saving up for it. You know, it's like, yeah, we are going, but it's the time delay, the time lapse that goes on before you get to go on that trip. That's the problem. That is the problem.
Leia says, F the draft. Hey, but you know what? They could go ahead and package some of those picks to try to, you know, make some deals happen or something.
I think the best case scenario is the Spurs win this lottery and just trade it out and just go, you know what? F these picks.
They need somebody now. If they could go ahead and trade those picks in lieu of getting somebody that can actually help right now, I would be mad at the deal. It just depends on who that somebody is.
Yeah, you know, I'm falling in love with certain players, dude. I fall in love in the draft with certain players, and Dillingham and Shepard and Castle are kind of my guys, man. If we get one of those three guys with one of those two picks, I'm going to give it an A+ draft, no matter what the Spurs do the rest of the way.
Look at Van Steen says, man, Van Steen, he's thinking like me. He says, we are getting my boy Derek White back. I wouldn't be mad at that.
I wouldn't be mad at it either.
I'd like it.
He's a player who plays well with good people. Derek White going to be a free agent alongside Jason Tatum at the same time.
Yeah, but would Derek White want to come back and play with Coach Pop?
You know, well, I mean, we'd have to assume that Pop would be coaching at 77 at that point.
I wonder what the oldest coach is in professional sports.
He's the oldest of all time. Well, no. The oldest of all time, I think, was Tony La Russa. Tony La Russa, I believe, coached until he was 79.
Jeez, bro. There's no tread on the tire left. What are you going to do? You know?
Well, Tony La Russa is 79 now. So, yeah, he's getting up there of all time. And La Russa, I don't think is coaching anymore, man. I don't think Tony that he is. I'm looking that up. Oldest coach in professional sports history. See, you can Google along with us. Back in 2024, the answer was age 73. Romeo Crennel was back then. So Pop might actually be the oldest. Now, Sports Illustrated has an article back in the day saying that in baseball, though, so that's probably in football, that in baseball, Jack McKeon was 80. Ooh. Connie Mack was 88. Don't show this article. Joe Paterno was 84.
Damn.
Don't show this to Pop. he'll get some ideas.
He's like, I still got some years left in me.
Got some tread on the tires.
Like, damn. Hey, but you know what we're gonna do real quick, man? If you're watching the show with us, dude, do us a favor and hit the like button. Hit that like button, man. It helps us grow. It helps us get in front of more eyes in the YouTube algorithm. It doesn't take much time, man. Just hit the like button. Do us a solid. And you know what we're going to wind up doing, man? My boy Tex-Mex Frank, the one that you can go and check out on the X and get this nice looking Texican hat. He gave us some stickers, man, so we can hand out to you guys.
Very cool.
We got these. We got the come and get it. But my personal favorites, man, are going to be the ones that say Carne Asada Patrol. Those are fire, bro. I love those.
What's the come and get it one?
The come and get it one, it just has the smoking barbecue pit on it. You know, but I like the Carne Asada Patrol. That I gotta say is my personal favorite. So give us some love and we'll give you guys some love too, man. I mean, these stickers, bro, we just mail them off to you guys in the mail. So, you know, give us a like, dude. Help the show grow.
Dude, you know who had no love? The fans of the Denver Nuggets with Anthony Edwards. Look at this photo. You know, I mean, I just quoted Nickelback. Look at this photograph.
Oh, God.
At 61-33, late in the second quarter, the fans just looked so pissed off at Anthony Edwards, and I don't blame them. You know, Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves have proven that they are an elite team in the NBA. They got a lot of wins. We saw this before the season started. All we heard from the talking heads, and that's why I don't trust like the ESPNs of the world or the FS1s of the world, because they're going to go about, hey, we'll talk about the Lakers, talk about Golden State. Can Golden State catch fire? Dude, we all saw what the regular season happened. We saw that Minnesota was the best defensive team in the entire NBA. We saw that Denver was rolling people over when it came to Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. We saw teams do very, very well that were small market. We saw the Mavericks doing well. So it shouldn't be a surprise that Minnesota is clamping down on teams defensively. Maybe the surprise is that they're doing it to the defending NBA champion Denver Nuggets. Last night, though, my God.
They laid waste to them, dude.
Dude, last night, I had not seen a defensive effort like that on a championship team in forever, man. It was like when the Spurs maybe clamped down on the Heat in 2014.
Oh, yeah.
That's basically it, man, because no Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert was not at the game because he went to go be with his wife who had just delivered a child, right? And I've seen the photos of his wife.
He wanted to be there for the birth of his child.
Yeah, his wife smoking hot. Okay, so
and what did Gilbert Arenas say?
The kid's going to be home when you're back.
Damn, bro. Like, a lot of things can happen to a woman that she's given birth. You not only want to be there for the mother of your child, you want to be there to see your kid being born into the world. Like, you want to hold them and all that. Gilbert Arenas is like, he shouldn't have left. He's going to be there when he gets home.
I don't want to be that guy.
Come on.
I don't want to be that guy. But, I mean, I understand both points of view. But good for Rudy Gobert. But Rudy Gobert, here's the thing. They're the number one defensive team with him there. They're the number one defensive team without him there.
Who would have thought?
And this is the apologist tour right here. Yesterday proved that Gobert does not belong as defensive player of the year. He's gonna win it tonight.
Yeah.
He's gonna win it tonight. But it's based on reputation and certain the fact that they won games. It's based on a lot of different things like that. And
it's kind of like he's not as good as advertised. Is that what you're saying?
He's not as important as people put him out to be. That's the thing. He's not as important. And you see what happened yesterday. Kyle Anderson inserted into the lineup. Former Spur Kyle Anderson. Dude, Minnesota had 3 starters score 6 points or less.
Jeez, man,
and won by more than 25.
At one point, the Timberwolves were up on the Nuggets. I think it was like 40 points, dude. Their largest lead. It was disgusting, man.
Let's show this video courtesy of TNT. This is the greatest video that I've seen of the defense going on right now. This was in the the second quarter. Just swipe. But there's a certain play right here where I think this is it right here. Jamal Murray getting harassed all up and down the court. Look at this double team. And look at him just bitch and complain about nothing. He's bitching and complaining about a team playing good defense on him. Shot clock running down. We're down to 7 seconds. Again, this is courtesy of TNT. Look at the shot they get off.
That's great man coverage, man.
Look at that. Look at this. The side of a backboard. This was play after play after play. Dude, Denver scored 80 points last night. And those were the hardest scored 80 points of all time. Because all the Wolves did was just defend. Every foot of the court was defended. Just get that crap out of here.
Liquid Sith Elias says they got beat like they stole something. The Timberwolves. They went ahead and beat the Nuggets like they stole something.
And Jamal Murray, by the way, might be suspended. I mean, I don't think they will. He should be. Did you see what he did?
Yeah, man. They looked at that play.
Well, there was 2 things that he did. Yeah. One thing, he tried throwing a towel onto the court in the middle of a game. He tried throwing it at the official, by the way. And I think somebody caught it or didn't go as far. And then he threw a heating pad that almost injured Karl-Anthony Towns because Karl-Anthony Towns landed about 1.5 inches away from that heating pad. Can you imagine if he had rolled his wrist? And then also there's video of Jamal Murray doing the money signal to the officials saying that they're getting paid off. They weren't getting paid off. You guys got your asses handed to you. That was a swarming defense that I have not seen since the 2014 Spurs. The Nuggets, you guys suck compared to these guys. And I called this series from the get-go. I called Minnesota 3 weeks ago on this show saying that this is the team you have to look out for because you're the number 1 defense. And Rudy Gobert wasn't even needed. That dude wasn't even needed. Good Lord. And you see play after play after play. And Anthony Edwards is showing that he's the second coming. Anthony Edwards, by the way, say do not refer to me as the next Michael Jordan. That Jordan is the GOAT. I don't want to be compared to him, which makes people love him even more. But as Sith reaches out and says, Murray is acting like a bitter ex-girlfriend. That's exactly what he was. He was acting like a bitch last night.
Nah, he's just acting like a
complete
child, dude.
Bitch. You know what it is? And then the crowd cheering, chanting, refs, you suck. Now, here's the thing. If this was happening at the Frost Bank Center, everyone would be chanting that too. We'd be wrong too. Had nothing to do with the officials. And then head coach Mike Malone running onto the court to cuss out an official. And the official yelled back for about 2 seconds and then walked away. Did he tee him up? No.
Should have.
When Murray was throwing crap onto the court, did he tee him up? No.
Although the second offense should have been gone.
He said he didn't know what happened. He says, I don't know how I got there, who threw it, right? But you knew it was coming from the bench. Who the hell has a heating pad?
The only way that you're going to be able to stop a defense that's swarming like that, you got to stop the game. You got to go through the free throw line. You have to make the officials make the decision. without question. And the thing is, the Nuggets, they played passive, dude. They just put their tail between their legs basically and said they gave up. You know, they didn't continue. They continued to play and go through the motions, but they really weren't doing much out there.
They were not allowed to set their plays. That is, I mean, think about that.
Oh, I know.
An NBA team that is unable to set a play because your point guard, who's a really good point guard in Jamal Murray, was being defended every single inch of that court.
Yeah.
And either he had to let go of the ball or it took 10 or 15 seconds to get the play situated. And at that point, you're rushing up a shot up. The number of 24-second violations was probably 5 or 6. And then on top of that, Minnesota very rarely turned the ball over. It was midway through the second quarter. They had 0 turnovers.
Nuggets were turning that ball over.
Man.
You know, the thing that's going on right now with the Nuggets and the Timberwolves are exposing them for what they are. The Nuggets, they don't have a very deep team. And if you take away their key players, who else do you got?
Right.
You know, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. I mean, Murray wasn't able to get into any type of rhythm. He was pestered the whole night. He got frustrated, got angry. Nikola Jokic didn't look like Nikola Jokic at all. They're going to have to find other ways to win. And the problem is that's about all they got on their team is the starting 5.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Karl Anthony Towns last night looked like the man, dude. 27 points last night, 10 of 15 shooting. Anthony Edwards, 11 of 17 shooting, also with 27 points. Karl Anthony Towns added 12 rebounds. Anthony Edwards had 7 assists. We saw Kyle Anderson, again, only scored 6 points in the starting lineup. What did he do? 9 rebounds. He had 8 assists. He had 1 block and 2 steals. The guy was just a defensive wizard. Look at this. The starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Number of steals they had, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. I mean, it was amazing. And then turnover-wise, the Timberwolves only had 12 turnovers.
Hey, look at what Sith says, man. Coach Pop would have made the crowd apologize.
Yeah, I saw that. That's funny.
He would have got the microphone. You all stop that. Stop that. Don't boo Kawhi.
Meantime, the Knicks, I'm going to go ahead and say they stole game 1 at home against the Pacers because the Pacers were up late in the fourth quarter. And then the referees, man, just completely dropped pants, man. The referees ruined that game. There was a phantom kick on a defensive play. I know you had that big old 3-point shot by DiVincenzo. I keep on saying his name incorrectly.
DiVincenzo.
Yeah, he made the go-ahead 3. But if you saw the last couple of minutes of the game, you had a very controversial moving screen call on the Pacers, which should never have been called. That was a bad call. Is it letter of the law? Yes, but it's also not at that point, man. You do not make that call because it was not that much of contact. And it was also sold. It was a flop. And then you had a defensive play where there was 2 mess-ups on the same play, which was the Knicks were guilty of a moving screen and also a hold on that play from up top. Yeah. He held his shoulder, had his arm hooked on him.
I saw that, man.
Did not call it. And then the defender for the Pacers knocked the ball away, and it was called a kick. It was with his hand. It didn't hit his foot.
And what did they say? They call the players. They say the players that they're trying to go ahead and shave points and all this because of sports betting. How many games do you think these refs are throwing, dude? Here and there, call an extra foul here, look away at this play. I mean, it's gotten really blatant, dude. I mean, what do you think they're doing?
A little bit's incompetence, man. A little bit is incompetence when it comes to it all. And you know what? Part of it is also the fact that it's the home cooking. It's the home cooking. And I mean, Brunson, though, yesterday, I'm looking up a stat right now. Brunson became the 4th player in NBA history to score 40 points in 4 consecutive playoff basketball games, NBA games, rather. Brunson is also the first to ever have 40 points and 5 assists in back-to-back-to-back games. The record, by the way, is held by Jerry West, who had 6 40-point games back in the day.
The great Jerry West. I mean, he was so good. They put that little silhouette you see of the NBA logo. That's him.
DiVincenzo had 25 points. Hart had 24 points. And then on the Pacers side of the house, Halliburton struggling, man. Offensively, Halliburton ain't doing anything. And this is a guy that He's an all-star, considered to be the best pure point guard in the league, and he's not putting the ball in the bucket last night, just 6 points. He is struggling, had 8 assists, which is not far below his average, but they were in position. Indiana was up like 6 points with about 3 or 4 minutes to go, and they blew it. I know the refs kind of contributed to that, but at the end of the day, make a bucket, dude.
That's all you got to
do. Make a bucket.
Make smart plays, man. I mean, come on.
Tonight, we got 2 games. Got game. Oh, by the way, I was thinking about this. We have game 1 tonight of the Mavericks and Thunder.
Yeah, right? That's going to be great, dude.
Can you imagine if Minnesota sweeps Denver and these guys are on game 2? That means that Minnesota and this game, let's say the series goes 7.
Yeah.
Minnesota might be waiting for over a week to rest over a week. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm doing the math in my head. They stole games 1 and 2 on the road. If they just hold serve and close out the series at home, they'd close out that series by what? This weekend? This series would be at game 2. Cavaliers, Celtics tonight, game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. You have Boston favored by 12.5 points. Thunder are favored by 3.5 tonight. You've got the youngest team to ever advance to the second round in NBA history, taking on a Mavericks team that has Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic playing at a high level. And we never thought we'd ever see the day where Kyrie and Luka played well together.
Yeah, man.
And it's finally happening.
You went back to last season. You kind of saw little flashes here and there, but this season, man, they put it together, man. And watching them both play when they're playing at a peak level, what do they have on some nights? Like 68 points?
Yeah.
You know, combined, something like nuts like that. I mean, it's a good duo, man. And, you know, the thing with Kyrie is when Kyrie's on, dude. And he's got the best handles right now.
He does, dude.
He's so good, dude.
Dude, Kyrie Irving, and people hate it when I say this, might be the best point guard. Like,
no lies detected.
You know what?
When he's on, dude.
Steph Curry, I don't consider Steph Curry to be a point guard, dude. The guy's
he's a
shooter.
Yeah.
But when I'm talking about handles,
yeah,
just straight up handles, the last 15 years,
Kyrie, bro.
It's Kyrie, dude. And it's not even close. I go to basketball games a lot, right? Sometimes I'm up in the rafters, sometimes I'm down low. There's only been a few players where I've seen play in person where I thought to myself, damn, that guy's good. That's like Victor Wembanyama, right?
Yeah.
I saw Joel Embiid in Philadelphia a couple of years ago when I was in Philly. And I was like, man, that guy's good. But when I've seen Kyrie Irving play in person, I'm like, my God, dude. Like, this guy's good.
Man, some of these shots that he makes too, dude, they're just unreal, man.
And that chip he got with the Cleveland Cavaliers, I mean, all the theatrics and all the glory that goes to LeBron James.
That was Kyrie.
Dude, it was Kyrie, man. It was Kyrie. Kyrie wasn't the one who got the catch-up block from behind or anything like that. I get that, but it was Kyrie that was making the thing go, man. But goodness, Cavaliers, Celtics, that's going to be a boring-ass series, man. Celtics should win that in 5.
Sorry, Donovan Mitchell, man.
Yeah, ain't gonna happen, man. You know, the collision course that would be a Boston Minnesota finals.
Hey,
ooh,
that'd be interesting, man.
I want to see what that defense could do to Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
You'd have, and Derek White, he's a good defensive player as well, so you'd have 2 good defensive teams going at it. Doesn't mean that it's going to be high scoring, and most people will say, oh, this is a boring game. This is like an old school knockout, drag out brawl. Kind of like Anchorman.
Yeah.
It's
we've got a bilingual bloodbath over here.
Don't touch the face. But it'd be interesting to see that again. I mean, yeah, you're not going to probably get teams are going to be scoring over 115 points, but it's going to be a great matchup nonetheless. But you know what? Let's go ahead and pause real quick and give some love to our boy, Jeff Garcia of Locked On Spurs. Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow not only on threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@Locked On Spurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
I subscribe to Locked On Spurs on Spotify and YouTube, and you should too. On Jeff G Spurs Zone on kens5.com and also on Twitter and on X. I'm looking at Twitter right now at Jeff G Spurs Zone. Actually, Jeff G Spurs Zone. Lots of Wemby content today. One of them has a headline that says, "I found a home here. Spurs Wembanyama thanks fans, teammates, and San Antonio after winning Rookie of the Year." And he also has an article with comments from Greg Popovich about Wemby, about how Wemby's not intimidated by anything. Lots of content from Jeff Garcia today.
Wemby's going to be featured on Pass the Rock as well, so check that out.
Yeah, and we're also going to have all those shirts now. Academy Sports Dicks, you are now authorized to sell those shirts.
I mean, those shirts are cool and all, but I want to make my own, dude. I want my own that's going to give me a little puro flair, flavor of San Antonio, man. So, yeah, you can go get your shirts, man. But I'm sure that our guys, man, like Dak Mitchell, Dakota Mitchell, and Mike Baez from Bear County Social Apparel, they're going to put something out for the peoples.
My goodness. We're already 56 minutes into the show.
Yeah, man.
Good grief. We haven't even talked about the fact that Sydney Sweeney is now a brunette.
Oh, there it is.
Sydney Sweeney at the Met Gala last night. Lots of celebrity sightings out there. Everyone dressed to the nines. Sydney Sweeney, who was our runner-up in the Batty Brackets 2024, lost to Salma Hayek. Typically a blonde. A lot of people saw this photo and were not intrigued by it. I liked it.
She kind of reminds me a little bit of Billie Eilish, dude.
Billie Eilish is low-key hot.
I thought you were going to say something else. I didn't think that was your type, man.
She's low-key hot. You know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of Halsey. And I'm a big fan of Halsey.
Really?
Like Halsey without the tats is basically what she looks like right now. I don't mind the look. I do prefer her as a blonde. I'm not a blonde guy, but with Sydney Sweeney, it does go better. But I ain't mad at this.
I'm not mad either, dude. She all right. She's good no matter what, man.
Let's take a look at what's his face? What's his face? Odell Beckham Jr. and his look.
Oh,
what is this? What is this? I mean, it looks good, dude. It looks really good. But come on, man. How is Odell Beckham Jr. still a thing, dude? I mean, is that why he's with a Kardashian? Or going back and forth with a Kardashian?
Who knows, man? The dude just seems to be in the public eye, man. He's just popular, bro.
I don't know.
I ain't hating that. I mean,
I don't know.
Nothing wrong with that, dude.
Mediocre wide receiver who had like 2 good years in the NFL back when Obama was president.
I think you're just jaded because you didn't get your invite to the Met Gala. What would you wear?
Yeah, what's the Met Gala for? Is it for the museum?
It's like a nonprofit. They try to raise money,
We're getting a comment here from Noah Bettis, who, by the way, remember when I mentioned that I was going to add a wild card to the batting brackets down the stretch? I said that I wanted to add what's her face? I wanted to add a singer, Demi Lovato. The other person I wanted to add was Emily Ratajkowski. And here she is with something very, very see-through and not safe for work. Here it is, moving.
Not safe for work. Wow.
Yeah, she's going to be in the batting bracket next year. Most definitely.
She might be the dark horse, man. It steals the show.
Yeah. I mean, skinny chicks don't do it for me, but she hot, dude. She hot. But Sydney Sweeney is a brunette, and I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Saw the story on several places yesterday and this morning talking about a fact that there's a woman who's in her early 30s. Here she is, 32-year-old.
God, dude.
Look at this woman. She pled not guilty to charges of impersonating and falsifying documents so that she can impersonate herself as a high school student.
Dude, come on, man.
She posed as a 14, 15, and 16-year-old girl, and she tricked not only one Boston high school, not 2, but she attended 3 different Boston high schools. And apparently her attorney says, look, she has a history of mental health. She added braces to herself to make her look younger. There's some photos of her on the Boston Globe that showed what she was looking like at the time. And I'll be honest with you, when I saw photos of her as a 13-year-old, look at her.
No, come on, man. She looks older than 13, bro.
But in order to kind of get away with this, what she's accused of doing, dude, she played on the girls' basketball team. She played on the girls' basketball team.
Oh, man.
Okay.
What'd she do? She came with her birth certificate written in crayon. I am 12. I mean,
John reaches out
man.
and says, "This is some 21 Jump Street stuff
for real, dude."
What's that? Never been kissed? Is that what?
Yeah,
that's another Drew Barrymore.
Josie Grossi.
Okay, so not only was she able to do all this, but she was working as a social worker and was still getting full-time pay by the state of Massachusetts. And apparently, she's done well for herself. She's actually characterized as being a millionaire. And the way that she did this was she apparently tricked a therapist into believing that she is a former foster child who needed to be taken in. And apparently she conned a therapist and the therapist partner into taking her in as their child.
Oh, man.
Dude, she conned not only school, she conned therapists and all of that stuff. She went by the name Ellie Blake, Daniela Blake Herrera. Man, she conned her way into thinking that she's Latina.
Bro, this has me laughing. Look at Jonathan C.
Face says 13, ass says 32. Good grief.
Jeez, bro.
Yeah, so she conned her way all the way through. She's now facing multiple charges.
Look at Noah Bettis. Why would you want to go back to high school? Laugh my ass off. No shit, dude. Why would you want to go back? No.
Well, because she was a social worker, she knew kind of how the whole system worked. And she used the system to say that she was one of the kids being helped by this social program. And she was getting paid. She was getting paid.
Crazier, dude. Damn.
She stayed at one school for 7 months, went to another school for 2 months. And then she transferred to another school saying that she was 13. Got caught a week later when one of her fake social workers complained to Ellie's guidance counselor for being bullied for, quote, looking like an adult.
Damn.
And that whole looking like an adult thing unraveled it because they're like, well, you know what?
You're looking more like you're 32, not 13. I'm like, come on, you look at her. It's like
at least say 18.
What's that one meme that they have with that kid, that guy that's trying to be the kids? Hello, fellow kids. It's like,
oh yeah, that's Super Chevy.
Yes, with the backwards hat and the freaking skateboard. Like, come on, man.
Also wanted to get into the fact that we have a male version of Derek Jeter. Meet supermodel Irina Shayk, who's of Russian descent. She's hot.
Isn't this the one that's been passed around, dude?
Dude, okay, first of all, whenever I hear the phrase passed around, I think they've dated, just a handful of times, right? But for 5 years, and here, by the way, she was at the Met Gala yesterday looking like a nugget.
You know what? Let me show you something real quick. You know who else was at the Met Gala?
Who's that?
Mike Jimenez. Shout out to my boy Swiss. He's quick with it, bro.
Nice.
Quick, man.
Nice. I was there with Ben Simmons, apparently.
Dude, what's with the outfit, man?
Why Ben Simmons?
No, you.
Oh, that was a 70s throwback party that I went to for my former mother-in-law's 70th birthday.
Looking like Elton John and Flavor Flav, dude.
Dude, that's me putting together an outfit in the last minute, man. I didn't know if I was going to get the invite to my former mother-in-law's party.
God.
And this isn't like the second ex-wife. It's the first ex-wife. But let's go back to Irina Shayk.
Yeah.
Okay, she's a nugget. Supermodel. She was also on the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. She's a nugget. Now, for 5 years, she was with Cristiano Ronaldo, famed soccer star, right? Worldwide celebrity. They broke up. After that, she started dating Bradley Cooper, movie star. Dude has a Grammy with that song with Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
They were together for 4 years. They even had a kid together. They broke up, so now she's a single mom, has a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, starts hooking up now and is dating Tom Brady. She has high standards. I mean, think about that. Ronaldo, Bradley Cooper, the GOAT, Tom Brady. 2 GOATs and a Grammy winner. Dude. I mean, this is higher level than Derek Jeter dating some young actress like Jessica Alba or Vanessa Manillo or whatever.
This is like passing around the high-end sports car, you know.
What is the male equivalent of this? Like, okay, let's just go ahead and say that right now we have this superstar.
Okay.
I think Ryan Reynolds is probably the closest to it, right? Because Ryan Reynolds was with
He was Scarlett Johansson,
Alanis Morissette, was married to Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Married now to Blake Lively. Somewhere in between was with Sandra Bullock. But even that is still below Ronaldo, Tom Brady. Is there a male equivalent to this?
John Mayer, dude. He'd been with a lot of women, dude.
I mean, John Mayer, yeah, I get it, but I still don't think it's as hot. There's a photo of her with Bradley Cooper. Man, I just read that and I thought to myself, because I saw the roast of Tom Brady, by the way. I saw more of it today. The Nikki Glaser portion of it was hysterical. Nikki Glaser is just on point at all times. But they were talking about, like, the reason why I went down this rabbit hole was because Gisele Bündchen, Tom Brady's wife, still currently his wife, they're going through a divorce right now, apparently got wind while in Brazil that this whole roast happened and that there were a lot of jokes made about her and about their divorce and their breakup and about her dating the jiu-jitsu guy that she had while they were together.
Yeah.
And then the article said, "Oh, by the way, Brady's now dating Arena Sheikh."
Hey, we got
and that's where I got to go in there,
dude. So we got to go ahead and give that some love here on the screen, man.
Okay,
it's worthy of the dollar bill.
I saw where he's going with this. Sheikh got nothing on Taylor Swift. Swift has a manho John Mayer, for God's sake, for like over a month. Swift gets a pass because a 40-year-old male Swifties trying to be cool for their daughters. Now, Taylor Swift. Okay, let's go to the Taylor Swift catalog here. Taylor Swift was with homeboy from Twilight, the better looking of the two from Twilight. The Taylor Lautner, it was Taylor and Taylor.
Yeah.
It was Taylor Lautner.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Was with Jake Gyllenhaal before he got ripped.
Who else was she with? She was with the guy that plays Loki from the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And they were together for a long time.
What's
too.
his name? Hiddleston or something like that?
Yeah, Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not as high level, though.
Yeah.
I mean, those are all like, none of those are A celebrities. None of them are goats. Sith coming out saying, Mike out here pretending to be, he wasn't Team Jacob. Dude, the fact that you know what Team Jacob is outing yourself, because I've never seen a Twilight movie. I'll be honest with you, I've never seen any of the Twilight movies. I've seen all the Hunger Games, and I love the Hunger Game movies. But if I was going to do anything that was in that realm of 2010 to 2020, it's that. I did Hunger Games.
Hunger Games, man. I've had to watch the Hunger Games.
It's great.
I've had to watch Twilight
No.
by force, not by choice. Because my wife's all into that, and so is my daughter.
Yeah.
And they watch it religiously, dude. I'm like, as soon as I hear the music, I'm out, dude. I'm done.
You know what, man? But Arena Sheikh still getting it done. She's 38 years old.
Look at Sith. I have sisters. No, bro.
We have Dua Lipa coming to Texas. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah. You were telling me, man. Dua Lipa is making her way over to Texas, not to San Antonio, but to Texas.
Right. So today they unveiled the music lineup for the 2024 Austin City Limits, the ACL Music Festival, which is going to take place at Zilker Park, October 4th through the 6th, and then again the 11th through the 13th. Here are the headliners: Dua Lipa, Tyler the Creator, Chris Stapleton, Blink 182, Sturgill Simpson, Pretty Lights, Leon Bridges. I mean, really? That's it? Now, there's other big names out there, such as Norah Jones, Foster the People's going to be out there. Porter Robinson. I'm looking at the names that are there right now. Going to be honest with you. not too impressed. Maybe this is me being old. I mean, there is a band out here named Mannequin Pussy. Have no idea what that is.
Oh my God, bro.
That's a great name right there. I remember on ACL a couple of years ago, Lisa Loeb performed. Lisa Loeb, who had like one big hit, a giant hit in the early 90s and one minor hit.
She cute, bro.
Dude, she played at ACL in her 50s. I'm going to look it up right now.
She still looked good, man.
Yeah, she looked identical, dude.
I ain't going to lie, man.
She did it for you?
Yeah, dude. She got that little nerdy look, man, with them glasses and everything. Yeah, bro.
So here she is at ACL in 2022. Okay, I'm gonna play it.
Now we're playing an ad. Not our sponsor.
Okay, this is Lisa Loeb in her 50s, looking identical.
Oh, let me put it on here.
Looking identical. Let me go further out, dude. Not bad.
She's still cute, bro.
I saw a meme the other day that said she was popular for 6 months, and guys to this day still refer to somebody in glasses as she's got the Lisa Loeb thing going on.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. That little nerdy look there.
I mean, the story behind Lisa Loeb, by the way, is interesting because she was a nobody. She is one of the few artists to ever go number one with a number one song and not have a record deal and not even have an album. She had one song. It was that song Stay, which is that part of that one movie with Ethan Hawke. What movie was that? Ben Stiller and Ethan Hawke?
Reality Bites.
Reality Bites.
Yeah, it was a spoof of what was it called? That reality show they used to do on MTV.
Real World?
Real World. That's what it was. It was like a movie based on that.
I remember it being an iconic movie of the 90s. But the story goes that they were looking for a song for the movie. Ethan Hawke knew her and was like, oh, let me play you my friend's song.
Yeah.
And it went number one. She had no deal.
Look at Locked On Spurs here. The hef is in the house, Jeff.
Did someone say nerdy look, thin girl? Jeff has a type.
It's built for speed, not for comfort.
Jeff has a type. And Lisa Loeb in her 20s and Lisa Loeb in her 50s. Still rocking it, man. Still rocking it.
Look at that's funny. Oh, damn. You pique Hefe's interest with the nerdy girl talk.
Oh, I know. She looks like she goes to Comic-Cons and everything, man.
Yeah.
And she takes part in the cosplay.
Hey, man. Some of them girls in that cosplay, dude.
I mean, there's some girls who do the cosplay like, to be cute and be part of the action. No. And then there's some who want to be naughty, dude. They want to have the Halloween look, like the dirty Halloween look in June.
They should just call it Sucia Fest, dude.
Hey, before we let everybody go, somebody chimed in on Twitter yesterday just giving me crap about the show.
Oh, the biggest troll in the world, dude.
Is he a troll?
He's just a troll, bro. He's got like 28 followers or something. I'm like,
oh, I know, but it was so funny because I saw it, and that's why he posted it, was for me to see it.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, I don't listen to the show, don't watch the show. I know you're watching right now.
He probably watches every single episode.
I agree. But he called the show garbage.
Oh,
he called the show basura.
Yeah,
is what it is, right? And so I'm thinking about it. We've been looking for a name for our listeners, the followers of this podcast. I mean, the basura boys, who are the garbage gals. Come on,
man.
You don't like it?
Not at all.
I want something organic, and that was organic. That was as close as I could get to.
No, and that ain't gonna be it, dude.
Then what is it?
You got to think of something else. I'm thinking of some things, dude. You got to put in a little flavor of Sananto, and then something else that we can, go ahead and identify with our viewers with as well.
I need to call Mike Taylor about this.
I mean, the viewers are the ones that actually gave themselves the nickname, So, I mean, you could throw out some suggestions, but ultimately it's going to be up to the listeners to kind of figure what that is. It's going to happen organically. One episode we're going to be here, and then lightning strikes and boom, there it is.
Mm-hmm. That's what happened to Acquire Taste back in the day, man. That's where that name came from.
Hey, man, and shout out to our boys Fernandez for coming out on the show yesterday, man. It was a good episode talking a little bit about Canelo. We talked boxing, we talked sports, we talked NBA.
I think he was surprised that I actually watched the fight, because he was like, oh, you did watch the fight.
Yeah, you did.
And I was sober enough. Well, that's the thing, dude. I want to shout out to one of my good friends. I'm not gonna call him out by name, but you know you're partying when one of the guys throws up.
Oh, puking rally.
It wasn't even a puking rally. Threw up twice at the party.
Oh,
the first time we let it go. The second time it was time to go.
Yeah, man. I've had puking rally buddies before. You know, they go out, they puke. Oh, bro, man, I puke, man, but I'm good. Give me another.
The last time I threw up while drinking, I was in Vegas, and I threw up because I drank too much beer. I don't know how some of you guys do it, man. I know some guys will go like, yeah, I'm going to have a case of beer. Dude, by the third beer, I'm not drunk. I just feel heavy, right?
You're drinking the wrong beer, bro.
Well, no, I don't care what beer it is, dude. It's disgusting to have more than 3, dude. Now, if you're pounding them back, like I'll be honest with you, like at the festival I was at,
yeah,
I pounded back 4 or 5, but it was like one every 2 hours. You know,
you're gonna do some Boilermakers, bro. You're gonna be slamming down some beers and then putting a freaking shot of Fireball in there. Dude.
Anything more than 3 is disgusting. That's like 40 ounces of liquid in you, dude.
Hey, man, Drew Show, shout out to you, man. Look at what he says. Man at Work with the Estevez brothers was the Garbage Man movie you didn't know the world needed. If you've never seen this movie,
oh, dude,
it's freaking hilarious, dude.
What was that one guy's line? He goes, I live by 2 rules. You never mess with another man's woman. You never touch another man's fries.
That movie, man, that's one of those movies that will never be made today's time, dude.
Yeah,
no,
that was a pretty good movie. That
was pretty funny.
Julio Estevez, Charlie Sheen. That was back in the wheelhouse, though, man. It was good times.
That's when they were shooting people out the window with that little pellet gun.
Yeah.
Oh God, man.
You know, speaking of the Estevez's, Charlie Sheen, I have started watching 2.5 Men for the first time.
Oh, I never got
into it, and I've been watching like an episode here and there. It's kind of funny. I don't know if I want to go through it like I saw Modern Family for the first time 2 years ago. And now it's like one of my favorite shows. I have it on in the background all the time. It's great. 2.5 Men's not like that for me, and I know eventually they kill him off and they have Ashton Kutcher
come in.
But it's not bad. Like, it's dirty. It's like Nesio, Charlie Sheen, and you know that he's dirty anyway. He's probably playing himself.
Yeah.
But some of the hotties on there, man.
Yeah, they had some A-list talent, bro.
They had some nuggets. Who was funny because I watched the show and I'm like, dude, you came on the show Superstore years later. You know, the little blonde girl.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she was one of the hotties on there.
That's a good series right there.
Superstore's really good,
funny, dude.
I think it's on Hulu right now.
Yeah, that's funny,
dude. From the get-go, I was about that show. It's because I worked at a Target.
Yeah.
So if you've ever worked at a Walmart, a Target, a retail
type
of thing, you'll get into that show. Really, really good story. Is this a tall tale story by Mike Jimenez? Says Tim Gonzalez. Which tall tale? Which one am I at?
I don't know. I think.
The meat be throwing up in Vegas. They have a Margaritaville in Vegas.
Okay.
And they had a special on beer. It was like really, really cheap. And man, I drank so much beer and I said so much beer, probably at 6.
Cheap beer ain't good.
I had 6 in about an hour. And it wasn't like cheap beer. It wasn't like, it's Vegas. They're going to serve decent beer. I had about 6 beers in about an hour. And I ran to the restroom, not knowing if I was going to make it in time. And B, I didn't know what hole was going to come out of. Was it going to come out of my ass, my pecker, or my mouth? All I know is I went to the restroom and I started pissing and throwing up at the same time. It's like somebody took us it was like I was a sponge and God squeezed me in one squeeze, and it was just
TMI,
coming out everywhere.
Damn, bro.
I didn't shit it out though, man. I didn't. $1. But never again. So did I get drunk on Saturday? Yes. And my friends are making fun of me, but not making fun of me. They're not. I'm just saying that. But my friend lived 1.7 miles from my house, and I Ubered.
Damn.
I Ubered home because that's 1.7 more miles than I want to drive drunk these days.
Hey, that's no lies detected, dude. Because if you get popped, that's an expensive ticket.
It was an $8 drive. Add the tip, it was $12.
Can't beat it, dude.
Done.
Can't beat it.
Done. Everyone talking about how great Superstore was. It was great. Superstore is amazing, dude. What a good show. The character Jonah was one of the best. But the girl who plays Dina, if you want to go through Superstore, have you seen her now?
Who?
The actress who plays Dina.
No, I haven't seen her now.
So her name is Lauren Ash. You know who Lauren Ash, right? I'm gonna look her up right now.
Yeah.
I'll go on Instagram. It automatically goes to the girl from the Weather Channel.
Jeez.
What's it called?
That's your Mike Squachino search history.
This is your thing.
Hey, you're the only one that touches that computer, bro.
Remember what Dina looked like, right? Lauren Ash back in the day.
Yeah.
This is her now.
Let's see. Yeah, she's still good, dude.
She's lost a ton of weight, dude.
She's cute.
She's on a new TV show on ABC. She ain't ugly.
Mike Cavazos.
Oh, what the heck's going on here?
Bro, you got me. That's funny, man.
Mario Cavazos asked if I sharted. I didn't shart. It just felt like it was going to happen. And as we let you people go, my favorite Weather Channel meteorologist as we enter into hurricane season, Felicia Combs. Felicia Combs, everybody.
Nugget, dude.
I mean, I know you guys like the big booty girls in Mexican TV, but she's actually a meteorologist. Like, she knows what she's talking about. Nugget.
You're on so much. You know the weather in the parts of the world. Oh, yeah, it's going to be raging in Argentina next week.
Oh, I mean, look at this.
Bro, ain't nobody watching that Weather Channel for the weather, bro. Come on.
Why not?
They ain't watching it for no weather, dude.
They're watching it when she's on?
Yeah. Like, come on.
Just being a nugget.
They got that in the background. The guys drinking, having that in the background.
I mean, look at the Weather Channel girls, dude. I mean, they're the kind you want to take home to mom and dad. They're brains and beauty. Do they got the booty of the Mexican girls from Telemundo and Univision? No.
Jeez, man. Telemundo and Univision, man, that's on another level, dude.
But they're not meteorologists.
Oh, man, it don't matter, bro.
They're just...
You're not even listening to what they're saying. You don't give a damn.
Oh, but when the weather's going, dude, when the weather's really going, you go to Felicia Combs over here.
Look at FSA. Mike is sleeping on Jan Smithers.
Yeah, we were talking about that on Twitter early today because he posted Jeff Garcia posted the WKRP in Cincinnati theme, and he was like, I was like, oh man, Lonnie Anderson might be one of the first women I've ever checked out was Lonnie Anderson, and then I brought up Marilu Henner in Taxi.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh my god, Marilu Henner. I mean, up until like 10 years ago, was pretty hot.
Hey man, Sally Fields used to be hot back in the day, dude.
She was, man. The Smoking the Bandit days.
Gidget, back in the Gidget days.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
I think Smoking the Bandit was one of those few old movies that I did watch back in the day. Cannonball Run was also one that I saw. That one was
funny, dude. That's another one that ain't gonna be made today, dude.
Yeah.
That creepy ass fucking doctor, dude. They had an ambulance. I'm just like, bro.
Going back to Kim Cattrall in Police Academy.
Oh yeah.
Whatever happened to Callahan? How come she didn't have a bigger career?
Who knows, man? Maybe she got blacklisted, dude.
Ooh, Sith coming out saying Kat Dennings is the ultimate.
Oh no,
white girl
lies detected, dude. She is hot, bro.
Dude, I mean, if we had a TV category, she would have been on there. But Kat Dennings ain't doing much these days, other than having 5 million followers on Instagram.
Man, some of these comments, I'm here for Mike's body. Bro, that shit comes out of nowhere.
No lies detected. Look at Kat Dennings as a bride.
Yeah, she got married to that singer. What's his name? Andrew WK.
Yeah, Andrew WK. Yeah. She's looking like the bride of Frankenstein right there, man. Look at how white skinned she is, which isn't typically attractive, but she pulls it off, man. I don't know what it is. I know what it is. Ain't gonna say it though.
Oh, come on, Mike.
It is an hour and 25 into the show. It's time to go, yo.
Time to go, bro.
All right, fellas. Everyone have a good day. Is it hump day yet? No, it's Tuesday.
Yeah, we got one more day. Wednesday is my Friday, man.
It's hump day eve. Everyone have a fantastic Tuesday. Tonight, Defensive Player of the Year apparently is going to be awarded. It's going to go to Rudy Gobert, unfortunately.
Unanimously.
But not unanimous because Wemby got some. But, Tim, that Weather Channel girl looked hot. Damn straight they did. Felicia Combs. If you know, you know. See you guys back here tomorrow.
Bye.